What's going on, everybody? KingofDragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel DC Comics Multiverse Batman The Dark Knight Returns Mutant Leader. He is part of the new 52 Doomsday Collect and Connect series, and I am just so happy I finally have the Mutant Leader in hand. As you know, The Dark Knight Returns is one of my all-time favorite Batman stories. But here we do have the Mutant Leader, along with his torch and a crowbar. And then his piece of Doomsday right here on the side. And then we get a little bio right here. It says, real name is unknown, base of operations, Gotham City dump. Leader of a mutant gang attempting to conquer Gotham City, brutally attacks Batman, who later defeats him in an epic battle. One of my favorite fights of all time in comic books. Other figures of this line include Batman Armored Version, Robin, Prison Suit Lex Luthor, CW Supergirl, Mutant Leader, and Superman Doom. Getting all 6 figures gives you Doomsday. Not much more to say about the packaging, so what I'm going to do now is get him open up, get him out of the packaging, and then we'll go on to the rest of his review, so sit tight, everyone. And so here we have the Mutant Leader posed and out of the packaging. Before we get on to the Mutant Leader himself, let's actually show off his Build-A-Figure piece. He does come with the right arm of New 52 Doomsday, and I have to say, really impressed by this Doomsday. I really cannot wait to get him put together, and we'll go more on my thoughts on this figure when he's fully assembled, but really nice. Loving this Doomsday, can't not wait to get him put together. Moving that off to the side, let's actually have a look at the Mutant Leader. He does come with 2 accessories to call his own, the first being his torch. Now, I do have a slight problem with this torch, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell what it is right off the bat, but it's the flame. I don't know why Mattel didn't just go with a translucent flame. I think that would have looked much better than painting it. It doesn't look right. It kind of just looks like melted cheese, like he's holding a fountain of cheese that's just oozing down. I don't know. As far as the actual torch goes, it is a really nice sculpt. You can see. Does look like something he found from the dump and just decided to light it on fire, basically. So that's pretty cool. And then his other accessory is this crowbar. Now, I don't remember right off the top of my head, I really should, but I don't know if he used the crowbar early in the fight or late into it, but really glad that we do get a crowbar, because not only can you use this with Mutant Leader, you can give this to one of your Joker figures, and now we have one of the Joker's signature weapons, which I'm really excited for. And he holds both of the weapons in his hand, just as you'd expect. He does hold his crowbar nicely. And then his torch you have to kind of wedge into his hand and then slide it down, and he will start holding it and it won't fall out. It will widen his grip a little, so maybe just have him hold the crowbar in one hand and then the torch in the other. Just for the sake of the review, I think I'm going to have him holding the crowbar because he just looks awesome holding it. Let's move the camera up so we can go on to his detail. Really loving that face. I think Mattel did a really good job capturing the Mutant Leader's ferocity. You can see there's a bit of a paint blemish up here at the top for mine. A little unfortunate. But overall, really loving the sculpt, and he even got his spiky mohawks. I don't think it's ever established if this is his hair or actual, like, implants, but I'm going to assume it's actual implants because, well, we'll go more into that in a little bit. And then you can see he is using the Masters of the Universe body. Zooming out. You can see his spikes now. You can see that the gauntlets are actually flesh-colored, and that's how it was in the actual graphic novel, so I'm thinking maybe these are implants into his skin. And then we can see his belt is all spiny, looking cool. He is wearing black leather pants. I would assume it's leather. And then we get down to his feet, which his feet have a lot of detail. You can see that there's veins on his feet. A little bit of a paint arrow on mine. You can see there's some orange paint right there. But overall, still really nice looking, and you can see each foot it has its own unique feel to it. You can see there's a gap in between these two toes, and it's a little more normal on this side. But overall, just a really nice figure, and the train's going to go by, so you're probably going to hear that in a little bit. I do have one, I don't know if you want to call it a major complaint or a minor nitpick, but he is missing something, and fans of the graphic novel will know that he's actually missing his nipples. The mutant leader is missing his nipples, and I know a lot of people don't understand why that's kind of important, but that was kind of his signature thing. You know, superheroes had their emblem throughout their chest, and there goes the train. He had the nipples, which were really spiky, and it kind of defined the mutant leader a little bit, like separating him. I don't know, it's just really hard to explain, but kind of wish that they had kept the nipples on him because they were on the prototype figure. A little sad he is actually missing the nipples, and like I said, it's no, I don't know, it kind of bothers me, but at the same time it really shouldn't, because it is a major detail that they didn't include. And let me actually get the camera ready so we can go on to a comparison really fast. We have the mutant leader right here, and let me go get Batman really fast. And here we have the mutant leader posed side by side by Batman. I did mention that he used a Masters of the Universe body, but looking at this Batman, I don't think he does. He actually looks a little trimmer than Batman. Like, Batman looks like he's a little out of shape, but mutant leader kind of looks like he can take on a tank, which he kind of sort of did. I do kind of wish that Mutant Leader was maybe that much bigger than Batman, because he's an imposing character. I mean, in a time before Bane and Doomsday, he was Bane because he did beat Batman in a fight. But anyway, that is the Mutant Leader for you. Let's actually go on to his articulation really fast. If you've been collecting the DC Multiverse line, you know exactly what to expect. He has a bulge-in head, which really doesn't look up too well, but he does look down. Does have some slight head bobble. Spins left and right, although he is going to be hindered when you turn his head by his overall head sculpt. And I don't know if you want to turn it past that, because it might actually break the joint. But it does move left and right. Arms on a ball joint go out really far. They do a full 360. He spins at the bicep. Single jointed at the elbow. Spins at the spikes, I guess. Spins at the wrist. Same for both arms. He does have an ab crunch, which works really well. It goes that far back and that far forward. He has a waist swivel. Then he does have his torso piece, his lower torso piece is a rubbery plastic, so it does hide that ball joint really well. So his legs do move forward and back. They move out really far. He swivels at the thigh. Thing to note is on mine, this one's kind of loose, so a little unfortunate. Knee bends about that far. I kind of wish that, I don't know, maybe you can trim that down a little to give him a little more of a knee joint, but that's as far as both of them will bend. Kind of sucks, because you would expect him to be a little more posable. His spikes down here spin. I don't know why. And he does have a hinge in the ankle, but no, I don't, maybe he might have a rocker ankle, I don't know. But that's a mutant leader for you. So what I'm going to do now is take a little break, get him posed for my final thoughts, and I will wrap up this review. So sit tight, everyone. So here we have the mutant leader posed for my final thoughts. Overall, a really nice figure, but he does have some glaring issues, and I'm not talking about his nipples anymore. I'm actually talking about his articulation. He is a little limited in articulation. His arms don't go 90 degrees all the way, and his knees have a really bad bend. His head's also kind of limited in his articulation, but he's still a really nice looking figure. Now, do I recommend him? I absolutely recommend this figure if you're trying to collect Doomsday, because he does come with the right arm of the New 52 Doomsday. Or if you're a fan of the Frank Miller's Batman The Dark Knight Returns. I only say that because he is such an obscure character. A lot of people will look at him and go, I've never seen him in my life. Who is he? What does he stand for? What organization does he work with? He is an obscure character, and I kind of like the fact that Mattel actually made these Dark Knight Return figures. The moment I heard that they were announced, it was hook, line, and sinker for me. If you're a fan of the graphic novel, the movie that came out for it, I really do recommend you add the Mutant Leader to your collection. He is an essential character to that display. And I know we are getting the Joker in a later wave, so I cannot wait for him. But until next time, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000 saying don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other figure reviews, all my DC Multiverse reviews, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everyone.
My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.